maybe
Hmm.
because they know that I'm holistic and so forth. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic today. And there is a connection between GLP production and mitochondria,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us more about mitochondria? What do you think of mitochondria? How do you see it with your eyes through your lenses?
Ah, so mitochondria they're so delicate and they need so much in terms of nutrition. We think that, oh, again, if I don't eat anything a few days, not a big deal. Well, that mitochondria needs all these minerals and vitamins and fat and carbs and protein to metabolize and to produce one molecule of energy, one molecule of ATP. And if there is a lot of oxidative stress and a lot of nutritional deficiencies, of course, they're not going to work as well and they're going to be damaged. And that's the practically with less mitochondrial functions, support, then it's aging. It's not anymore anti-aging. You can do anything you
Yeah,
want, but if the
yeah,
mitochondria are not healthy, you're going to age really, really fast. And of course, if the cells are bombarded with sugar and are not able to metabolize those very well, they produce a lot of acid in the body, right, in the cells. And those acids have to be metabolized, and that puts more stress on every single cell. And with more inflammation, that cell is not going to have the proper, it's not going to be receptive, right? All these hormones are not going to be able to penetrate to attach to the proper receptors on the cell. And your cells are not going to respond to anything anymore. And you have all these hormones floating in the blood, but they're not able to perform their functions. And it's a very difficult situation because people come to us and they say, but my blood tests were all perfect. Well, yeah, but there's no really, it's not like a very, very good test for cellular inflammation and for mitochondrial dysfunction, unfortunately. Hopefully, we'll get there. There are tests for level of inflammation, like generally speaking, or oxidative stress, but not generally accepted in the traditional medicine and are not done. So people have no idea that those exist, right?
yeah.
But once that metabolic balance is achieved and the mitochondria can use properly all the macronutrients and has all the vitamins, then it's a totally different ballgame. And of course, we're decreasing inflammation and oxidative stress. We're going back to the oxidative stress, which is the source of all evils.
So yeah, mitochondria, it's a very interesting organelle in our system. And I don't know if everyone knows, but mitochondria is actually a germ, it's a bacteria that once upon a time during evolution was engulfed by another bigger cell. And instead of being digested by it, the bigger cell and the mitochondria went into a state called symbiosis, where they together started living together and feeding each other and living happily thereafter. So that's what this is mitochondria is. And you're right, the function of mitochondria is to produce energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why mitochondria is so delicate is because everything that we have in our system in the cell, all the organelles, are original to the cell. And they have the shell, they have a casting, they have protection. Mitochondria came from the outside,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have that protective shell. It's very vulnerable. So all these metabolic waste that we have during reactions in the cell, the oxidative stress, the acidity, you name it, mitochondria is the first one to be susceptible to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And mitochondria very susceptible to the sugar as well. Like even if eating, think you're healthy, you're taking your Manjaro, your sugar monitoring showing that there's no spikes, but you're eating some carbohydrates, you're still receiving sugar. And that sugar is
Mm-hmm.
attacking your mitochondria and it's silent and you don't know what it's happening. And you're slowly, slowly aging. And speaking of mitochondria and aging, neurons. In the neuron, apparently there is 1 million mitochondria in one cell of a neuron. One cell consists of 1 million of mitochondria. And imagine if you live that life and you're bombarding these poor things that creating energy, you bombarding it with food and, the environmental stresses and all that, you're destroying it. No wonder why we have dementia, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson. It's all coming from mitochondria. You see?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a very important organelle that we underestimate.
Absolutely. Because nobody looks at cellular health, right, in traditional medicine.